Hello and welcome to this afternoon taste challenge. Now, I finished tequila um, early this morning, and it was a challenge. That was a challenging series because the brand I was doing, the Winn-Dixie tequila, was actually a lot um, more competitive than you would have expected. All right, so now I'm bringing in the Luminar. I did a solo review. It'll be posted soon enough. I have Luminar Joven 100% agave, introduced in 2016. Okay, so this is a new one. Now they say it won this like award on here, but then I can't find the website for the and there's no website for the product. But we're doing Monte Alban 100% agave. It's a mezcal with the worm, con gusano. You see the caterpillar down there. Uh, Not my sort of thing, but that's what they got. It's espadin, Maguay espadin. That's the type of agave plant, espadin. Now this is a yellowish. Well, it's a yellowish mezcal. The bottle's clear, and it's got all kind of Mexican motifs on it: pyramids, snakes, um, Aztec and Mayan sculptures. So it's a nice looking bottle, product of Mexico. I paid $19.99 for this bottle. That's cheap for mezcal. It's probably the cheapest mezcal you can find. And it tastes like it. Okay, it's imported by Barton Brands. Barton Brands introduced this in 1977. Okay, got a little piece of something in my teeth. It's like a piece of rice husk. I was cooking rice. Uh, that's irritating. Okay, Luminar introduced in 2016, so it's not been around too long. This one is made with agave tequilana. Agave tequilana is an alternative name for blue Weber agave. Isn't that strange? So the question would be, right, why are they using tequila agave for a mezcal? And the answer is, I don't know. The website doesn't work, so they give you a link on the tag. But I looked it up and it said, I think it said website suspended or something like that. So I looked up Kimosabe Mezcal. It's a real company, started by husband and wife, I think. A couple, but I believe they're husband and wife, but I could be wrong. But whatever the case, they're from California. And they must have had some investment money because they started Kimosabe um, Mescaleria in around 20. I think they said 2011. And there's a website, like I say, in a video about how dedicated they are to their tequila, but they show their own brands, the Kimosabe, the Mezcal, but they don't show Luminar. And I get the impression that Luminar is made by them for not Trader Joe's, Total Wine and More stores. I don't know that specifically, but I have a feeling they do because it's listed under Spirits Direct, and oftentimes Spirits Direct. This has a spongy head. It's black. Spirits Direct has a is usually private labels. Not always, because I've seen some that I know are not private label, like Canadian Lake, Canadian whiskey. I didn't say it was a good whiskey. I just say I never tried it, so I can't. Yeah, Canadian Leaf, but Canadian Lake, I know that's a Sazerac brand over there, bottled at Majestic Distilling in Baltimore. Somebody said that was shut down, that distilling plant. I don't know. Okay, so the Luminar is clear. It ought to be. It's a Joven. It's young. And Monte Alban is yellowish straw, like those two I did this morning. Those were tequilas. Okay, so we'll look at the website real fast. Not much to see. Monte Alban tequila. It said for nearly 1,000 years, Monte Alban existed as an influential Zapotec center in Mesoamerica, now known as Oaxaca. It was here that Spanish conquistadors first discovered the local fermented agave drink called pulque. Soon the Spaniards created mezcal, which led to today's tequila. Monte Alban tequila and mezcal are made in agave following traditional processes, resulting in award-winning and varied taste experiences across the different Monte Alban expressions. Well, if they won awards, what are the awards? I have seen the Monte Alban Silver and Reposado. I have never purchased them, but I have seen them. Typically at Star. I'm pretty sure Star always has it. But I'm in no rush to buy them because I have too much of a tequila backstock as it stands. I don't know why they don't show the photo for the mezcal, though. It's kind of strange, isn't it? But they don't. Now, if you look at old advertisements, magazine ads from the 1970s when it first hit the market, for Barton was really pushing it heavy. Barton Brands was pushing it, and it was all about Aztec history and Mayan history too, and it was all about sweepstakes and contests, and a little worm. They had this little worm character with a sombrero, like he was like a little. I think he even had a name, and and all the ads had the little wormy guy. And then Sazerac took it over, and you never saw another advertisement. They don't do too many ads for their stuff. Okay, it's just the way they do it. They don't do it. So this is underneath the Barton Brands umbrella, which is part of the Sazerac overarching umbrella. Sazerac owns Buffalo Trace in Frankfort, Kentucky, Barton Distilling, Barton 1792 Distilling in Bardstown. I took a tour of both of those places. Glenmore up there in northwest Kentucky, Owensboro. Never been there. It's a new distillery. Another one that they bought out. You can find old advertisements for Glenmore bourbon and whatnot. I don't know if they still make that. I haven't heard about it, but they might. As soon as I say they don't make it, then somebody will pop up and say, "What's this? What does this look like? I bought this last week." I'll be like, it's Glenmore." Okay. I think Bardstown, Barton Distilling used to be called Tom Moore Distilling. It was called Tom Moore Distilling, and they do make more bourbon. I mean, Moore, Moore, Tom Moore bourbon. And there's Thomas S. Moore bourbon, which is very expensive versions of it, I mean, very expensive relative to the traditional Tom Moore or Tom Moore bottle and bond. You can get those for low. But if you find the Tom S. Moore, they run about $60, $70 to start. This smells like Monte Alban because Monte Alban smells like some old worm dirt. Really, it smells like a worm and dirt. This smells like tequila. It makes sense because it's using tequila agave. It smells like juicy agave. You know what I mean? The agave juice. So I know this is Monte Alban. I'm not even going to taste it. I'm going to call it. Got it. I can tell by the yellow. I mean, I got the tag below, but I can tell. Got an M. I can tell by the yellowish thing. All right. So, oh man, now I got to take a taste. Oh, yeah. Make your teeth chatter. It's so unappealing. Wow. Mezcal. Now, is there any smokiness? There's like a background shade of smoke. But then it tastes like popcorn, worm, and dirt. And I don't know what else it is. And maybe agave, maybe agave. Oh man, if you could drink this, you could drink just about anything. Know one thing, it helps my taste challenges because I never get it wrong. Gives me an easy win. You say, but if it's that unappealing, why would you drink it? That's a good question. Why would I? I think I can make it through though. Halfway through. Ay, ay, ay. Strange tasting thing. I don't know if it tastes like cornbread or popcorn or what it is, but whatever it is, it ain't right. And I've had other people tell me, "Oh yeah, that's the way it is. It's not right. That stuff's not right." Now the question is, does the mezcal from the company that makes this taste like that? Because there's a brand. It's not made by Sazerac or Barton. They don't have a distillery down there. It's made for them. It's made by a company called tells you right here, Beniva, Mezcal Beniva in Oaxaca. And I looked up their website. Well, they don't have a website, but I looked up Beniva Mezcal and they have photos of it right there. It says Beniva, not the same type of bottle either. So, man, I hope Beniva is not tasting like that. There's a little smoke. I mean, I was saying at first when I did my solo review, there was no smoke. There's a shade of it. And people were saying that on the written reviews on Total Wine and More. There's a shade of smoke, but just a shade. And it tastes like agave nectar. But people were saying, oh, it tastes just like tequila. It's just like tequila. I'm not too sure about that. I'm never going to put it in a tequila taste challenge, so I'm not going to find out. But I don't know. It seemed like it's got a little more depth than the regular tequila. A little more depth of flavor, I think. Now, is it a proper mezcal? I don't know. What is proper mezcal? Because they made it the way they wanted to make it. Okay, so they wanted to use agave tequilana or blue Weber agave. I'm sure they had it in those conical, those underground ovens and everything, just like normal. But I guess they just want to make something different because why does everything have to taste the same? It should not all taste the same. Yeah. So what I would recommend it was 20. What I pay for this? 20. Seven. 28.99. 29.99. 28 or 29.99. Yeah. That's what they run. I mean, I remember they used to be 20. You could find these mezcals 18, 20, 25, 24, 23, 25, 24. And then the price just started jumping up, up, up. Kind of around January 2021, prices started going up. Like late January 2021, and they still going up. Connect the dots. Okay. Not exactly repulsive, but definitely in the C. I think maybe I gave it a B once before, and it's like a C, 75 out of 100. That thing is a mess. Now, can you still find it for $19.99 somewhere? Probably. If you want to pay $19.99, go ahead. But Herbie says, "Is it rum or whiskey?" Oh no, this is mezcal. Mezcal, mezcal. or mezcal. Some places spell it MESCAL, mezcal. Either way, it's proper. It's like whiskey, WHISKY or WHISKEY. Either way is fine if you live in the United States. Now, other countries, maybe they're strict, but here it's either or. And in fact, the U.S. government spells it WHISKY. That's the official way they spell it. They spell it. It's not a law. It is not a rule that it has to be spelled that way. It's just the way they choose to spell it. Early Times spells it right. I'm pretty sure WHISKY. George Dickel, right? But and then other companies, KEY. It's up to you. It's America. It's the land of the free. As long as you follow those 20,000 regulations for everything you do, you got it. Okay, but a clear-cut showdown. Luminar wins over this, and it ain't funny. And Luminar is strange on its own. Like I say, you might consider it improper with its use of that type of agave. And it's very similar to tequila flavor. But I like the flavor. I think it's good, even though it's peculiar. I'm still giving it a 93. I think it is the most excellent. I wouldn't go higher than 93. And I could see if you wanted to argue that it was only a 93 points lower, say it's just excellent. It's not most excellent. I could be convinced. But it didn't have to be it wouldn't have to be a huge, big argument, screaming, hollering, just a difference of opinion. But I think it's really well done. So if you see it, and I got a feeling you can only find it at Total Wine and More, but like I said, I could be wrong on that, but I got a pretty strong feeling that's where you're going to find it. All right. Anyway, so thanks for watching. I'm going to have a much better challenger to Luminar next time I do a challenge. Can't say when that's going to be, but it's going to be the one from Licors Veracruz. What's that one called? I can show it to you if you want. Take care. You too, Melinda Gates. Well, I'll show it to you if you want to see. If not, just wait till the next challenge. I'll show it to you going once. I'll show it to you going twice. Gone. Well, you'll see it. It'll be soon enough, I guess. I hope. And it's going to be a... Okay, you want to see it? Or you like I have my finger on the button. Okay. Come on, Luminar. Oh, and when you buy that Monte Alban, it comes with a bag of pepper, of like ground up red pepper. And I can see why, because stuff it needs help. This is called, don't need the lamps. It's called Lajita, and it's really good. And when we first started buying it, it was $19.99. My friend David, he loved it so much, he went and bought some. It was $19.99 at Total Wine and More. And then he said, man, it just went up $6. They must have realized they made a mistake. I said, I don't know what happened, but it went from 19 to like 25, and now it's even higher. So maybe they did make a mistake. But I bought it while the getting was good. So there it is, Lajita. And that's going to be a great taste challenge. And I'm halfway through that. I hate to see that bottle go. But all things must end. All right, y'all take care now. Bye-bye, and see you soon. It's not really dark. I just have these blackout shades because of the extreme heat.